The convergence of AI and robotics promises transformative changes across multiple sectors and even our everyday lives. This integration allows robots to perform complex tasks, learn from their environments, and adapt to changing conditions, paving the way for innovations that revolutionize industries and redefine our daily lives. I was joined in studio by Mic Mann, co-CEO of Singularity South Africa, to discuss the topic of innovation, particularly in the field of robotics and AI. Let's have a look at that conversation.
There's been a challenge with robotics at the moment is how do you give them a brain? If you think about AI is the brain, and it's a super intelligent brain that can learn and perform all these tasks, and robots are the body, the hardware to actually deliver the physical side of it. Now with this intersection between AI and robotics, we really are going to see this exponential explosion of these physical bodies being able to think, being able to see, being able to hear, and now actually achieve these physical tasks with a lot more success. And I think we are really at the precipice of immense change like we've never seen before. And the companies and the organizations that actually embrace this change and think about how do we use these new platforms of the future, like AI, robotics, 3D printing, blockchain technology, biotechnology, these new technologies are these platforms of the future. Like when we first got the internet, or when we first got the phone, or when we first got the printer, or the fax machine. The fax machine was an incredible piece of technology that enabled us. And if you speak to a businessman that used the fax machine for many years, they really would struggle to give it up because it was such a useful device, such a useful piece of hardware that enabled their business.
To move on, and we're here, where we are now. Okay, so the benefits for business are very clear, but there are numerous social and ethical challenges that we have to consider. The most obvious being that of job losses. Now, we all understand that there will be some elements of reskilling and upskilling that needs to happen for humans to be able to work together with the robots rather than losing their jobs. Now, where Africa is in terms of our education systems, are we actually able to reskill and upskill our people so that they can work side by side with robots?
Well, I've got a lot of hope and a lot of belief that the people of South Africa and Africa can take on new opportunities and learn very quickly, like we've seen how we leapfrogged with mobile technology. So I think we can definitely pick up the skills. We just need to do it really fast, and we need to get involved, and we need to take it seriously, because there is a race with artificial intelligence and all these new platforms. So we need to upskill our people, and I believe that we can. We just need to make it a very important factor in the education system, in the way we are actually training staff and upskilling them within the organizations, because it's not going to be artificial intelligence alone that's going to take our jobs. It's going to be the people using AI that are going to take the jobs of the people not using AI. So I think that there's going to be a lot of reskilling, and there's definitely going to be a lot of the old jobs being disrupted and taken away. But we're going to see an immense amount of new jobs being created, and we're at this point where we're going to be questioning what it means to do different types of work. And as humans, should we be doing that work, or should we be doing other more important work about helping us evolve humanity and evolving our consciousness and actually having better relationships between ourselves, our family, our friends? A lot of things that we have not been able to do because you have to have a job, you have to put food on the table, and that's all being disrupted and changing now.
Okay, so there's definitely a social change and a mindset shift that needs to happen societally. Are our organizations, because obviously we're bringing a lot of this tech into how we work, into our organizations, are they actually prepared for this technological shift?
Well, I think the organizations that educate themselves and actually understand what's coming, they'll be much more prepared than the ones that don't. And most aren't. It's happening so fast, and so many organizations and companies are caught up in this very blinded vision about only focusing about what's in front of you or what's directly coming up next, instead of thinking for the long term or looking at the bigger picture. But there are lots of organizations that do that too, and those are going to be the ones that thrive in the future, I believe. And the other thing to think about is artificial intelligence and these other technologies are enablers. So they can enable us to be more productive, to create more with less, and to expand our current product sets or the type of production that we do. So for me, myself, I've got a clone of myself, an AI clone. My AI clone works non-stop, 24/7. He's been the busiest ever. And people think where'd I find the time? But I'm using my clone to enable me to do more. And there's going to be many use cases like that.
There's obviously a lot of investment that needs to go into this. How much investment is going into the space to achieve the scale that will ultimately, I guess, bring the cost point down?
Well, I think in the US, the investment is just extraordinary, what we're seeing. I think OpenAI just is raising another round now for multiple billions of dollars for another round. So I don't have the exact numbers, but it's in the tens or hundreds of billions, the type of investment we're seeing in the US and in Asia and in Europe. In South Africa, we need to do a better job. So I think that's why it's so important for us to bring this type of thinking to the continent, to South Africa, so that we can actually get busy and be building our own AI, our sovereign AI infrastructure, tools, architecture, models, and products, so that we can actually thrive in the future, rather than actually buying our products from overseas.
Okay, now coming to the summit, the Singularity South Africa Summit, you aim to equip business leaders to adapt to these technological changes. What is the benefit for somebody attending the conference? How are they going to learn? How are they going to come out equipped for the changes?
This year's summit, we've jam-packed it. We've got an incredible lineup of, there's 15 sessions on artificial intelligence, from leadership in AI to decentralized AI, governance, ethics, bias, creative uses of AI. So just by the AI sessions, you will come out being fully equipped with the mindset, skill set, and network to actually take action and to embrace these technologies in your own daily business life. And there's a variety of other topics we're covering, from leadership, innovation, disruption, the future of food security, biotechnology, longevity. So you're definitely going to come out thinking different to before. You're going to be, I almost like to think of it as an upgrade to your mind, or having a mindset upgrade. And you're going to be equipped with knowledge to actually utilize right away in your own business life, as well as network with like-minded people that are all discussing and focusing on these ways of making a positive future together. So we've seen incredible business partnerships form from the summit. We've had delegates change their careers and want to be inspired to go out and do something positive and make a difference in education or in prosperity or in water, food security. So I think the goal for us is, how do we enable South Africans and Africans to actually want to go out and make a difference and make a positive change in our country?